What was the other show? Uh, are we, oh, I believe we're live. Welcome everybody to Night Talk. I don't really know. This is a new format. Um, Tonight, by the way, everybody, we are uh, we're going to introduce you to ALexyss K. Tyler. She's going to do a live taping on Night Talk, so she'll be here at around 10:10, and I'm going to turn the studio over to ALexyss, and she's going to do her show live. And you can catch ALexyss every week, Tuesday, beginning May 3rd, at 10 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. Also, tonight we have Ia's Goodnight Hollywood, and her guest is Anthony Dooley, and he's a fabulous singer, and you can check out his link on our Night Talk page, as well as all the radio pages and things like that. So you could check Anthony out. Great music, and I think we'll be putting it in our playlist. Also, we have a new show coming in, another new show coming in. The other new show that's coming in is called Indie Films, and that's with Indie Films Today with Rod. And he's on at 11:30 Eastern on Thursday nights. Right after Night Talk, and he has his special guests coming in next week, and I believe that Sarah will be in shortly, and she'll explain who's coming in next week. I don't know if you guys remember the movie Superman. He was the big villain with Superman. His name is Jeff. What the heck was his name? Hang on a second. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you guys in a minute. I have so many things going on here. It's like crazy. Okay, his show's next week, and it's Jack O'Halloran is a special guest, and you can check him out also on the Night Talk page. All this information, Jack's information is on the Night Talk page. He's a very accredited actor, so you can check him out. And also that Rod is also he's a writer, he's a producer. And a filmmaker, so he knows his business, what he does. And one more thing, we got some good news that Amy Shafalo is going to be running a sister platform, which is Armed Radio Decades, and that she'll have her shows on 8 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday night. No, is it 8 o'clock Eastern? No, I'm sorry. It'll be 11 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Pacific. And then on Thursday night, she'll have her show on 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. And so that'll be on our sister station, Armed Radio Decades. And Amy has two different types of styles of music for each night. Each night she'll bring in up and coming bands one night and things like that. So she's putting that all together. So it should be pretty cool. Also, Jan, who do we have for the winner of this week?
The winner this week is Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Eddie H. from Tampa, Florida. He the winner of this week's Night Talk, the Joe Rock shirt. The actor was Matt Levin from the 1997 films Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
You see that?
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, I see it. And tk you, Eddie.
Yeah,
thank you for listening to you. Yeah. Come on in, baby. As long as you have Jameson's, I'll go anywhere.
I don't know if you guys typically we do these shows live, and then they go up on our Spreaker platform, and we have a lot of help. Night Talk has a lot of help by a lot of our producers, which I like to say, which is one is Sarah Crawford. She does an incredible amount of work for us on Night Talk, and then also Sarah O'Rourke. From the UK. She's actually flying to the States. So she's coming in July, and we'll be doing a one-on-one with Sarah, which is going to be pretty cool.
Interesting,
with
yeah.
models of diversity. So that'll be pretty cool. We also have Dina Catulli, who does her health and nutrition tips. That's always a good listen to. And then we also have Cindy Hobbs, and she does this incredible work, which you can check it out on the Night Talk page. She's a very accomplished hair and makeup person, so you can check that out also. And then once in a while, she'll stop in. Alinda Ha will stop in. She does a lot of our voiceover stuff, as well as Jenny Lavoie. She also comes in once in a while. She's actually doing some clubs and things like that. So, but all these people help out Night Talk, and so I just want to thank them for that. Shortly, I believe. Are you here? Who's here? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alexyss, you're here? Alexyss? Let's see.
I don't think Alexyss is here.
It's you, Sarah.
Yeah, it's just me.
Oh, okay. Okay. I had
Just me.
No, I didn't mean like that.
You couldn't hear me talking all these other times? I thought you heard me for sure, but that's okay.
No, I didn't.
I'm here. That's all that matters.
I didn't. Turn her up.
Sounds like shit.
How about now, Sarah? Say something else, Sarah. Sarah.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, much better, much better.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah. So Sarah's with me tonight. Sarah Crawford, and she's from Canada. And shortly.
I am from Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. And shortly.
I love us Canadians. They were so out there.
Shortly, ALexyss K Taylor will be in, and I'm really looking forward to having her come in. Because she's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be great. Anyway, tonight here is Matt Hazley's producing us. Jimmy's just listening in what he does every week.
Yeah. Janice is laughing.
Yeah. So Jimmy's here also, as well as Jan. Jan's been.
Jimmy's our biggest fan. He's our avid listener.
Yeah, and Jan, Jan's one of my biggest supporters. She's been with me for a long time, and I appreciate her very much.
Hi, Jan.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
She's the official Night Talk night shirt giveaway person. So
and laughter,
Yeah,
laughter.
Jimmy loves her. She does a great job.
Yeah. So anyway, what else is going on? I mean, anything happening, you guys? Or before she comes in?
Yeah, I've been busy with my portfolio expansion and stuff like that. Just kind of, just doing different things and getting different networking and out there meeting new people all the time and stuff. And that's what this industry is about. I'm learning very quickly, and honestly, I'm loving the whole radio thing too. Because honestly, I like I said to you, Joe, I've never really looked at myself as being a radio personnel or, news broadcaster or any of that kind of stuff, right? So, I've always been good with public speaking, but I've just, lately, I don't know, I had actually an offer from a girl who, she works with Skin Magazine. I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of that, but she offered to do a spread of me, and a makeover and all kinds of stuff. So, and she's interested in some radio time and stuff like that too. So she also wants to advertise her business and her spa. So I'm thinking we might have her on as a guest soon maybe. And there's another lady I've been speaking to about some autism awareness and stuff like that. So
cool.
Keep things on the go and trying to, keep busy and all of that. And I just started this new insurance gig and stuff. So I've added another job to my portfolio now, so that's always great.
How do you do it? How do you do it all?
I always say that,
yeah, she's a busy girl, Jan.
Yeah.
She's a busy girl.
Yeah,
with kids.
I'm too busy
Jeez.
sometimes, but it keeps me on my toes, and at least I'm never bored. And that's absolutely for sure. I'm never bored. And I've always got ideas brewing and stuff like that. And I'm definitely I think I'm going to start doing some Night Talk apparel too. I've been drafting up some ideas and stuff like that. So all of our tune-in.
Okay, Sarah, she's calling in the wrong number. She's calling in the.
Oh, okay.
She's.
She called in on the 1-800 last time because she said she couldn't figure out the conference line.
Okay.
Then
Then you can bounce into TeamSpeak. Can you bounce into TeamSpeak then?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. That's,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Just.
Ronnie wanted to call
You
in.
just hang up on here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He
Because
wanted to-
I'll swap it over.
Do you see me?
Do I see you?
We're not
Yeah,
using
no,
visual.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt. Hold on. Let me just pull it down. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So somebody else in. Let me just call her back for a minute because I'm gonna hang up on Ring Central, and I'm gonna call her back. And oops. Nope. No, I don't want to call that number. Let's see. Second. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. So here we go.
Hey, I never got a new email with the phone number and code in it.
No problem. You're patched in direct. So now, everybody, we have ALexyss K Taylor on.
But I want to tell my fans, can they call in to the recording?
Yeah, they can. Sure. Okay. So ALexyss. Okay. So anyway, ALexyss is going to be she's going to have a show on Tuesday nights, and this is going to be a live taping of her show. And so, welcome to the ALexyss K Taylor Show, V Power. And ALexyss, you have the floor. Have at it.
Can you tell me what number? Because I'm on Facebook now to tell them to call in and listen and to talk to me now.
Yep. They can give us a call at 1-866-225-5401. They can tweet us at Armed Radio 1 on Twitter. And they can actually listen to you on TuneIn, satellite, Armed Radio, Global. So I did send all those links to you, and you can.
Oh, I don't have them.
Oh, really? Sarah, can you send all those links to her, please?
Okay, so it's 1-866-225-5401.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, because I'm putting it on my Facebook page now.
Okay.
Telling them to hurry up and call me.
Okay, great.
Okay, welcome to the ALexyss K Tyler Vagina Power Show, but we'll say V Power for people that have a problem with the word vagina or pussy or dick penis.
Cunts.
The last time I checked, when you go file a police report or you go to the doctor or even if you're in a court of law, the legal medical term is what, vagina, penis? And yet many women are so uncomfortable with their own vaginas that, and it's from conditioning and programming, from childhood as well, even in the womb before we come out of our mother's vaginas or we come out via C-section. We're taught the woman already has issues and hang-ups, although she did some fucking to get pregnant. She has hang-ups about sex in her vagina while she's pregnant with us. Then they give birth to us, and they teach us to be very uncomfortable about our vaginas, touching it, speaking about it, calling it a vagina, saying it's beautiful. It's where all mankind came from. God moves through this vessel to give us life. We're taught that we're Eve, and we're sinful, and we brought shame to mankind. We brought them down, and we led Adam into temptation, if you deal with Christian mythology or truth. Some people consider it truth. Some people consider it as parables, maybe a fable. It's up to you, however you view it. I don't judge. For me, I was raised in Atlanta, down south, and my mother was a preacher. There are a lot of preachers, seers, healers, teachers, farmers in my family, so I grew up with all this religion, not a lot of spirituality. So there was a lot of pain and shame around the vagina and female sexuality and comfort and beauty and knowing that you are a girl. It's so beautiful to be a girl. It's so sexy to be a girl. And going through so much abuse and just humiliation, not just inside of the church, at the hands of my mother, who was a preacher and a woman with a vagina. But it's taught in the church, and it's a male-dominated society. It's a whole institution. It's a system, and it's a political system dominated and controlled by men. It's a political, spiritual, religious, sexual, even lynching system. It's so many dynamics when you deal with the church. So seeing that inside the church and then seeing it at home, because that church, when you walk outside of it, it's not closed, even though service is over. The home is an extension of that same disgusting and oppressive and slavery institution. To the women at home, your mom, your grandmas, your cousins, your aunties, all the ones that have a vagina, either are taught to be ashamed of it, so they walk around with all of these hang-ups, these problems, mental, emotional, psychological problems, physical problems, sexual expression problems, confidence problems, or they heap it on the little girls who are alive and young and beautiful because they're kids. So they don't know about this bullshit and this whole system. And it's tied into the school in every aspect of your life. They're just beautiful, and they don't even know they're here. They don't know about the fucked up shit that they're going to be indoctrinated with. They just love to run and play and blow bubbles and laugh and giggle and take baths and run through the rain and dress up. All the things that you should still be doing, honoring the beautiful inner child, that beautiful little girl that resides in that adult body. That's all they know about. And then it gets thrown upon you in many ways through those same religious people, those same religious men that will sit down with your mom and your family members to say grace with you and thank God for the meal, will also ask you to jack their dick when you're 5 and 6 years old. I'm sure a lot of you all know what I'm talking about. So there's something wrong with you because you're a little girl with a pussy, with a vagina. But then there's also something wrong with you because this grown man wants to fondle your pussy and teach you how to fondle his dick when you're like 4, 5, 6 years old, sometimes 2, 3 years old. And you have to see these same people in church. You have to go walk through the living room where the grown people are talking and see the same man sitting beside your grandma or your mom or your auntie, and you can't say anything, or praying in the church or giving an offering. And see, it always goes back to it's not him, it's your pussy that's the problem. It's your vagina that's the problem. So all these women grow up. Okay, one lady saying the phone's just ringing. What does she do? When she call in to this number, is there a code, or she's going to open up and she's going to hear us live and she'll be able to tune in, or how does it go?
She can call in at 1-866-225-5401. I could probably try to merge her into the call if you want to try that. That's no problem.
Okay, I'm going to call back, please, because I really want to hear from the women. So you can merge. I'm typing it to her. We can merge you in. Okay. I'm talking about this because it's what happened to me. And I grew up with all this bullshit and lies and hypocrisy, and you don't speak about that. You don't talk about what your cousin did to you. We're still going to laugh and talk with him. He's still going to come around. We're not going to call the police. We're not going to do anything to him. We're going to do something to you. We're going to ask you to shut the fuck up. we're going to blame you and say you asked for it. Even though you're a little girl and you don't know what a vagina is, you don't know what you have. You, as far as you know, when we're little, we go pee. We go pee and we have bowel movements and we wipe and clean ourselves properly. We're not taught what the vagina is or to touch it or to see it. We don't know we have two holes. As far as for the urination and the vagina, we just think that we have the back door, the anus, and the pee hole. We're not taught that we also have the vagina. So we have 3 holes. We're not taught about the 3. We just talk about the 2. And we don't realize that we're sexual. Even though we're little, we're not consciously sexual. We're not physically sexual. But we are female beings. And there are a lot of grown people that see us as sexual beings, although that hasn't been activated. That biology hasn't been turned on. Our glands haven't been activated to release those hormones to take us into puberty and to make us even think or feel sexual things or see males or females as sexual. So we're getting these vibes thrown at us as little girls, and people are actually preying on us, setting us up to be used and abused for sexual gratification, for sexual purposes. Although we are physical, but we are very much in the spiritual. We are etheric beings. We're mental, we're emotional, we're spiritual beings before we are sexual beings. Although the sex is normal, it is natural, we are created to be sexual and to populate the planet. But that, the same source, trying to explain it in a simple way, because I teach metaphysics and I try to explain it the way that it comes to me. That same source, that soul that creates that being also encompasses the sexual energy and the spiritual energy. You literally carry your identity in your soul self. And the mathematical calculations that are given off during the very moment of conception starts the cells to divide. So you start to have this physical body that you get around the soul. It's like literally you have a piece of fruit, an apple, and it has the skin on the outside and the meat of it in the inside, and then you have the core of it. Well, our core, our soul is like that in the inside of our body, but yet wrapped in the cells and the tissue of the physical body, and then around, outside and around, but yet connected to the borders of the body is the auric field. And that auric field has layers and colors in it. So you're very much a very high vibrating and alive mental, emotional, and spiritual being when you're in your mother's womb, because you're hearing her, you're feeling her thoughts, her emotions, her joy, her pain. You're absorbing that, and it's also becoming a part of you, and it's even absorbed into your vagina and the essence of your vagina before you consciously are aware that you become a woman. When you get into puberty, as a little girl, you are still holding everything your mother is, everything your mother was, everything your mother wasn't, everything your mother could be, everything your mother could not be, because of the soul essence, the spiritual, all of the nerves, the central nervous system, all that stuff is intact as you grow inside of her. You're actually absorbing her, and you're an extension of her. So when we're little, we're not thinking about the sexual things, even though people are projecting that energetically on us. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they are tuning into us, even though we're not consciously aware of it because we're kids. And we're moving through this experience trying to find our way, trying to find our identity while we're being coached by people around us and in our environment to lead us away from the soul self. When you are a little girl And you're very aware of that. You're like in a bubble until it's burst by trauma, by disapproval, by shame, by degradation, by any forms of humiliation and pain from the adults around you, or even children. This to other children, because they're taught by adults or someone else to do this to other children. When you are closer to the soul self and you are in that etheric mind, in that God mind, which encompasses everything that you came here to be, you're closer to who you really are, who you are born to be, what you're supposed to be taught to evolve into. Many times your parents don't know what you are. They don't know who you are because they don't know themselves. And they did not plan and calculate your birth properly and your birthday to know what you will most likely be good at and should be groomed in, because they have not studied the numerology and the astrology of your birth, nor did they plan it. So they didn't study it in your womb. They didn't study you and everything about you and that soul personality to watch you once you got here. So we have been thrown off of our intuitive path, our innate path as girls, as creative birthers, life givers, and taught that we disconnect and pull away from the vagina. Now, I want you to just really grab your pussy right now. You want to call it a pussy, a cunt, a vagina, which I consider those derogatory, the cunt and stuff like that. That's also kind of negative. Whatever you feel like calling it, if you are comfortable enough to open your mouth and express, name your vagina.
Hello. Great talk. You have a caller.
Very good every day. Even right now, if you just sit comfortably, spread your legs, part them, even let them fall apart if you want to. Take your shoes off, plant your feet firmly on the ground to ground yourself into the energy of Mother Earth. That feels good. Fuck everybody. Fuck everything. Forget it. Don't worry about what people think, what they say. Get in the room by yourself. I'm very relaxed right now, just feeling my pussy. I'm like Beyonce, I'm feeling myself. So you got to feel your motherfucking self. Feel air. You can get butt naked with the shit if you want to and feel your pussy. Put your hand on your clit, rub your fingers around your clit, pull the hood up, go up underneath there to see what it looks like, what it feels like. You can even bring a mirror in there. Put it in front of you, because that's you. That's a part of you. Touch the opening of your vagina, go around it, feel your hair, the texture of your pubic hair. Just move all around your genitals. Not in a way to hurt them. Gently admire the beauty of how you created. This is so deep to me. Because you're walking. I mean, of course, we have to work every day. We have to study. We have to develop our mind. We have to take care of our body. We have to take care of households. We have to pay bills. We have to take care of children. Many times we have to take care of our husbands. We have family. We constantly give ourselves to other people. We're constantly intimate and open with other people. Hell, we let men poke dicks and fingers and tongues in our vaginas, in our mouth, in our butt. But we don't spend as much time getting to know what the vagina is, how it feels, what it does, your cervix, your uterus, your fallopian tubes, your ovaries, the cycle of your period. Does it come on at the same time every month? If it doesn't, why not? Knowing your hormones, the health of the hormones, what needs to be balanced, how they move. And we're going to talk about that in the next show because it's such a deep conversation. I can't get into all of it in one show. I'm just going to kind of kick it off in this one because we cannot focus on pleasing men and having healthy orgasms for ourselves and healthy ejaculations in the men, if we don't first know how our pussy functions, knowing the deeper, higher essence of what you are, because when you leave this body, you will still be she. You'll still be divine. You'll still be a creator, and then you'll move on to whatever realm you want to move on, but you will still leave a powerful legacy here so that people won't forget you. It doesn't end when you leave the body, and especially if you leave children behind, you leave loved ones behind. The legacy of you continues. However, if you want to be a healthy person, a confident person, in tune with who you are, and a healthy, vibrant, beautiful, strong, happy woman, we have to know our hormones. We have to keep our hormones balanced, and you have to find out if they're depleted. You have to know what you're eating and if that diet is right for you, because we need to eat for health, not just for the pleasure of taste. We have to know how our brain functions. We have to know based on our genetics and based on our bloodlines. We need to know our ethnic backgrounds. That's very important because it can also shape and determine our culture, our thoughts, our views, ones that are real, ones that are false. And based on that, also our spirituality, our truth, because everybody's view of spirituality, even if they don't believe in God at all, a God, is shaped by your clan, by your community. Even if you change it later on, it is still good to know yourself and know a history of yourself and your people and where you came from. Body detoxification. We're going to get into that. The spirituality and sex with me also starts with self-help and self-health. Life and death begins in the bowel. If you don't take care of your colon, and this is for men and women, and you start to develop a colon cancer or prostate cancer, that's going to move throughout your whole body because your blood system, your arteries and your veins are connected to your colon. They're connected to your gut. So you got a whole bunch of waste there. You got parasites there, different types of them. You're not flushing and detoxifying the body properly. This is going to move into all of your organs and move into your brain. External detoxification, knowing about water systems and water purification, as well as how to prepare foods properly, meats, where you're getting them from, the purification or toxicity of soil, runoff. All those things tie into vagina power. They tie into sexuality, because with me, I can't deal with sexuality without dealing with spirituality. So with me, it's everything, one part ties into the other part. You create 360 degrees of a being. Can't say I'm going to just focus on the sex. Well, not with me. And we're not going to deal with everything else, because that part of you, if you are walking in sex first and you don't have your thinking cap on, your education, your logic, your reasoning, your intellect, your mental self, spiritual self, emotional self, you don't know what that is. You don't know who that is. You keep leaving relationships, meeting the same man in a different body at a different age or a different race over and over and over again, and you're wondering why. It's because you keep stumbling and falling because you're out of balance with the goddess. You don't know who you are. You don't respect who you are. And you want everybody else to respect it and want to fuck you and make love to you and have incredible orgasms with you with honor and integrity. And they cannot do that because you're not doing it with yourself. Even the touching part, a lot of women cringe when I say, don't just touch yourself to wash yourself up like, okay, I have to do this. This is a chore. Okay, so I'm doing it so I won't smell when I'm around other people or to be clean. No. do it because you love yourself and you think you are one of the hottest bitches on the planet. Nobody else has to think it, but you need to think it. God damn, I'm sexy. Oh, my pussy is beautiful. Look at it. You make sure that you want to study your secretions. You want to study your vaginal smell. You want to learn what is a normal odor. What is an abnormal odor that would signify infection or sickness or disease? What is the color of the secretion? Is that normal? Is my body cleansing itself? Because if you balance the pH of your vagina through your diet and make sure you're not harsh with the douching or what you're douching with and the types of sex partners that you have, the body will cleanse itself after your menstrual cycle. It will normally do that. And the body, the period is regulated by the moon. It's on a 28-day cycle. So if you study your body, you're getting in touch with your vagina, and you're getting in touch with your female organs, and you've picked the right man because he's sensing that you really dig in yourself. You're feeling yourself. He's also going to notice the timing of your period. He's going to notice when you're off balance. He's going to know when it should be on. He's going to notice when it's off. So me just talking about feeling yourself, breathing deeply, relaxing, even if you're not comfortable, start touching your vagina every day in a loving way. It doesn't have to be to put a sex toy in it to have an orgasm and just focus on your vagina as only for pleasure, because that's not the only reason that you have it. It is a very, very sensitive part of you that is also a very spiritual part of you that should be grounded to the earth, because you have to remember, right there at your vagina, right behind it, that's your anus, your rectum, your intestines, but it's also connected to your spine and your spinal cord and your central nervous system. So that would be your root chakra, dealing with the first chakra, which not only deals with sexuality, and it's red, that's the color, because you have 7 major chakras, and there are 7 colors with every major chakra in your body, starting from the root, going to the crown of your head, where the soft spot is at the top of your head. We all have as babies. But that root chakra is also associated with your clan, your tribe, your community, where you came from. You feeling very stable, grounded, and secure in this world. And I know from experience, if you are very uncomfortable about who you are as a woman and what you are, and you're very uncomfortable with your vagina, and even the thought of touching it and fingering yourself and relaxing, getting so deep in the feeling of comfort and feeling like this is right to touch your vagina, that already tells me that you're not grounded into the earth. There's no way you can say I'm going to ground into the Mother Earth, and you are a life giver, a mother or potential mother yourself. But you have a problem with this orifice that is not only a pleasure canal for a man to insert his penis, but also a birth-giving canal that the babies move through to get their breath and get their being and their movement and the third dimension in a body. Do I need to take a break now? I don't know how long I've talked.
Yeah, we'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank you. So, you're doing great. Everything's cool.
Okay.
Everything's cool.
Well, sounds wonderful.
Yep. We're
Mom, can you bake me some cookies for school today?
Finally, as a mother, I want to share about St. Julian's macaroons. I am concerned about my child's health, so I pack for his lunchbox, and after school, I give him St. Julian's macaroons as a healthy alternative to many of the store-bought cookies. There are no preservatives and only 100 calories.
Rocks. It's Louis Avis, straight from Chi-Town. Call and talk about our website, www.hotsaucevault.com. We got everything you can think of out there, Joe. The hottest hot sauce is not for wimps. Mild, medium sauces. We got barbecue sauces, snacks. Some of our gift ideas and gag gifts, so you can go out and check us out at www.hotsaucevault.com. Hope to talk to you again on your radio show. Kick-ass show. Had a great time last week. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care, Joe. hotsaucevault.com.
Tune in every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Live audio on TuneIn Radio and Spreaker.com. Plus live video on Ustream.tv. From the demented minds at ArmedRadioGlobal.com.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you all about an amazing salon. Joyce's, located at 132 Ferry Street in Everett, Massachusetts. Joyce's specializes in the latest techniques in coloring, styling, cutting, and beach waves. Joyce's features Sukesha all-natural nutrient products in organic color. Joyce's full-service spa and salon, located at 132 Ferry Street, Everett, Massachusetts. 617-387-6688. Specializing in you.
Hey there, sexy. This is comedian Jenny Lavoie. You can catch me with the rest of the gang every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Night Talk with Joe Rocks, exclusively on Armed Radio Global. Mwah!
No, this is
Teresa.
the person I just called.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry about that. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're back, and we're just getting ALexyss back on the phone right now. We have a lot of people that want to talk to her, and it's kind of overwhelming. But her show's next week on Tuesday. Yep, no problem. ALexyss, that was Teresa. I believe she was from New York, calling in to say hello to you. And I told she's gonna listen in right now. I told her how to get into the show, and she is also going to listen in next week, and she'll be talking to you next week.
Okay. I can't. I won't be able to hear her.
Well, no, you won't be able to hear it tonight because this is a taping. But next week you'll be you'll be able. I know. You'll be able to do. We'll turn the 800 number over to you. But one last thing though, if you wanted to have her call you directly, you can have her call you directly, and you can merge your call and her call together if you wanted to. That's up to you.
Yeah, I do. I want to hear from the ladies. I just really value their feedback and their experiences. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, no, well, we all are. I mean, Jan
Yeah,
is here.
really.
Yeah, Jan is here, and so
yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, really.
So, if you guys got any questions do you want some questions, ALexyss, or do you want to just continue on?
I would, because I'm sure. Yeah, I'd love to hear women's experiences and their feedback.
Okay.
But if not, I can keep talking if nobody has any.
Well, Jan, you have any questions for ALexyss?
No, I think it sounds great. She's right.
What about you? Can I ask you a question? No, Jan, would you grab in your vagina?
No, because my bladder is too full.
It's a question. I'm just asking. I don't know.
I'm old school.
Go ahead.
Like from no collar, so you couldn't talk to any collar.
Yeah. But go ahead, ALexyss. Go ahead. We got another. Actually, we got another 14 minutes. Actually, 13 minutes. We have 13 minutes. We have 13 more minutes, so you can continue on. And then again, when I'm talking, this is all going to be taken out of your show. So this will be all you. So.
Okay.
Hold on. One second. What was that?
Matt's looking for his too.
That's another new show that's coming on next week. His show is called Indie Film Today with Rod. So he's listening into you, and he was looking for.
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
What's a chakra?
Yeah.
A chakra is points in your body. There's 7 chakras.
Oh, okay. Like the guy,
No. Like the root chakra, the central chakra. It's like people who meditate pay very close attention to their chakras, they kind of ground themselves on an emotional level using different techniques and stuff like that. I actually am an avid user.
Do I have any chakras?
You have 7 chakras, Joe.
Yes, we all do. We all do. Dogs do. Yes, we're all born with them because we're energy first.
Exactly.
I thought I lost a couple though.
Maybe you did. No, they're probably
might need to be rotated or open.
Yeah,
open back
or open.
Yeah,
they're probably a little bit on the weak side.
Yeah.
somebody needs to rotate Joe because Joe's a little off balance.
Yeah, and his oil changed.
No problem. I'll be right on that one.
I was just telling me when you're ready for me to start.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're back. I'm ALexyss K. Tylor. This is the V Power Show when we're talking about spirituality and sexuality. Anything dealing with health and sex and spirituality and wellness, I'm going to be talking about every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. And I love you. I love my fans. I'm not the expert on this stuff. Because if you have a body, then you also have a life experience and skills and knowledge, and I like hearing about it. I love getting your feedback. So I'm looking forward to you talking to me, and I like hearing everybody's stories and all your backgrounds from all around the world. Because that's how my fans are now. I've been so blessed to have a fan base from all socioeconomic backgrounds, and I've met a lot of wonderful people that I would not have had the opportunity to meet and talk to women from different cultures and backgrounds, and I've learned so much from them. And you know what? The more I learned from them, the more I realized that we are more alike than different. And that was very refreshing to me. It was very educational. So I'm looking forward to the ladies calling in as well as the men, because I also have a lot of men that listen and give me their feedback, and I learn from them as well. For women, I don't have enough time to get into this tonight. It probably will be a series of shows because, like, for me, and I always share my experiences, and I know for a lot of other women, we've had a lot of fucked up relationships with men. And one of the main reasons I know with me is because I didn't have my father. And there were no other positive role models that I looked up to as a little girl. There were some there that looked out for me and took care of me and made sure that I ate and I was fed and I was clean and had toys and nice clothes and shoes. But I always felt a void, and then I didn't have my mother. My grandmother was my mom. And she still is. I still call my grandmother Mama. I never call my grandmother Grandma. She's always been my mama, and she always took better care of me than my mother that gave birth to me. So I know that a lot of my issues come from that wounded inner girl. And that's why I spend so much time alone. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely, because I made so many mistakes with picking the wrong friends, people that didn't have my best interest at heart, and picking the wrong men. Or let me say, I let men pick me. Women, you never let a motherfucking man pick you. You never let a goddamn man pick you. This is a group decision, and it's my pussy, so I'm going to decide if you fuck me or not. You're not going to decide if you're going to fuck me tonight. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, boys. I make the decision over here who gets fucked and how, okay? Women, y'all would avoid a lot of bullshit if you start picking your dicks. Don't let the dick pick you. Pick the dick you're going to sit on tonight, okay? And, hey, look, if you want a one-night stand, that's fine. If you want group sex, that's fine. But you need to be in control of the fucking. And just because they have the dicks, they don't decide the chicks. You can't let that go on in your world, because if you're going to be in vagina power and you're going to have control over your pussy, like I just said, and the health of it, and the strength and the confidence as a woman, and in your sexuality, and make sure that you're not just your pussy's healthy and your female organs are safe and healthy, but that your whole body is healthy and that you're free of diseases and a lot of psychological damage and pain that comes from dealing with fucked up men. You got to choose your dicks. Don't let the dick choose a chick. No.
Dick cannot be a dictator.
Amen.
Are so
Amen to that.
Powerful. We haven't been told this. And men are powerful too. Because I talk about penis power. There's just an electromagnetic field around all of us.
Yeah, baby.
Many of us are in tune with it, and a lot of us are not. How can I put this? Men are very comfortable a lot of times, not all of them, but a lot of men that had their brothers and their dads, and they were very confident in who they were. When they were little, they were taught to whistle at the girls and be very confident in chasing the girls. Usually there's some older man, somebody around them that encouraged them to look at the sexy girls as little boys. So, as grown women, they think they're little cute boys. They're just a little kid. Oh, he's so cute, he whistled at me, or he's looking up my dress. Men grow up very confident in their dicks and their sexuality and the rightness of fucking a pussy or fucking a mouth or fucking an asshole, whatever. A lot of men are very comfortable, and that's the way it should be. We're taught, keep your legs closed, your dress down, don't let the boys see your pussy, don't give up pussy until your wedding night. And then the wedding night's awful because you don't know how to fuck. It's painful as hell. You don't know how to suck. You don't know how to do anything. And he's been experienced, so he can fuck you, but you really can't fuck him too well. And you're not confident in your pussy magic. You have to be confident, so confident in your vagina, and so confident in believing that you are beautiful, powerful, and healthy, and you need to keep your vagina safe, that you're going to choose the man and him not choose you, but it has to be the right vibration. You all know what I'm talking about. Somebody walks in the room, and it's something about that person, and you don't know what it is, but they make you so relaxed, you feel like you know them. They make you laugh. You feel so comfortable. You want to drop your drawers. You want to give them some pussy right then. It's just something about like, God damn. You just met. I'm like, I just knew him 5 minutes. I don't know. Then you meet someone else, and you're like, it's just something about that motherfucker I don't like, and you don't know why, or I really don't like that bitch. I think she'll fuck my man, and I don't know why, but that bitch can't come up. You know what I'm saying? It's that energy, it's that vibe, because something in their electromagnetic field is telling you this is a dirty motherfucker that can't be trusted. Well, it's the same thing with dicks. It's some dicks you can't trust. It's some dicks you can't get with. Now, when the vibe is right and it's just you don't know, you think you're wrong because you meet them and the shit feels so fucking good and the shit feels so right, you want to get on the dick tonight. Like right now, you want to get on that dick. You know that's wrong because you don't know them. But you know this shit is right that you want to get that dick at the same time because the vibe is telling you to get that dick. That energy field. The chakras is opening, the clit is vibrating, the pussy is wet, and your body's telling you that it's right, and his body's telling him that it's right to fuck you. But you're like, no, I didn't. This is not protocol. I got to check him out. We got to go to the doctor. It feels so good to be in this man's presence. Okay. That is the higher self in you and the higher self in him having a grand conversation. You all are connecting on a universal level right now where there's none of the stuff at the bottom, all the rules, the right, the wrong. Should I call him tonight? Should I give him some pussy tonight? No. All that stuff is out of the window. It doesn't apply when you have met someone and you both lock into each other's energy field. There is a draw, like an electromagnetic draw. You can't get enough of this person. They can't get enough of you. But when it's just sexual, because it could be a right sexual connection. And then you have sex, and it's great, and it lasts for a few months, and then you hate each other, or you can't fuck with each other outside of the bedroom. You have nothing in common. You argue. You can't see eye to eye. The person may be abrasive in many ways. You might think this guy's an asshole. So other than the dick, now that euphoria and that excitement and the rush is worn off, you don't want to talk to each other anymore. So you have to be careful about that because you have to make sure that it extends beyond the sexual, raw, gritty, hot animal magnetism, and we don't usually meet that every day. So that's why it's important to get back to knowing who you are and grounding in your vagina power, knowing the mental, emotional, spiritual health, exercise, diet, meditation, sweating, getting into every part of you. Because when you do that, you start to vibrate on a different frequency. You raise the vibration, even changing your diet and detoxing the blood, the bowel, the liver, the kidney, changes the frequency, not just of the organ, but the whole aura of the body. You start giving off a different energy. When you give off a different energy, you meet a whole different set of man, ladies, because in every group you're in every state of being, whether you are feeling like you're withdrawing from alcohol or some other addiction, or whether you're indulging in alcohol, or whether you are a depressed person, whether you're a happy person, whether you're a fat person, whether you're a skinny person, whether you're anorexic, no matter what state of mind you are, what your state of being, that is still a vibration, and you're going to find some company in that frequency. So if you're not getting what you want and you don't like the type of man you're attracting and the sex partners that you're attracting, you're going to have to be in control of all of those encounters. You're going to have to ultimately make the decision, but be very aware of your frequency. Look at the frequency of what you've attracted in the past that didn't last and that made you very unhappy and that hurt you. And then look at where you are now and make a new decision. What is the new list of what you want to attract? What does he look like? What does he talk like? What does he fuck like? What does he sound like? How does he treat you? How does he make you feel? And if that's different than what you've been experiencing, then you have to match the vibration of that frequency through your actions and the way you treat yourself and see yourself. It is so deep that we can actually sense. When you get so in tune with yourself and the universe around you, and you ground yourself to Mother Earth every day, and you eliminate the bullshit and the gossip and the negative people, you can actually sense the energy of the sperm moving through this man's nuts.
Speaking about sperm, I'm sorry. Speaking about sperm, Alexis,
I'm hungry.
We're out of time.
Oh, damn.
You just blew right through this thing. It was awesome. I mean, the phone just keeps going and going and going. It's unbelievable. But I want to really thank you for for coming into
thank
Radio
you,
Global and doing a taping on our show here. And you can catch ALexyss next week on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on the TuneIn Satellite Network and the Radio Global Network. And right now we're going to go into Ia's Goodnight Hollywood. But thanks, everybody, after these messages, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Take it away, Ia.
Yeah, take it away, Ia. Matt.
Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me this week on Goodnight Hollywood. I'm your host Ia for all your fashion, music, and gossip on Night Talk with Joe Rocks, 10 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Armed Radio Global and the TuneIn Satellite Network. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Snapchat, Vine, pretty much wherever social media outlets are. You can find me at Everything Ia, and that's Everything Ia, spelled E-Y-A. So I'm here with Anthony Dooley, or as everyone knows him, Andel. And I just want to say I love that both of us kind of dropped, or we've both kind of only just took one name.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was one of those things that just kind of happened organically, and like, I was getting into the EDM scene, and the producer that I was working with, he was like, maybe try a pseudonym or something, like, and I'm like, all right, and we scrolled through a whole bunch of names, and then we finally we came across this name, Andel, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and then I thought more about it, and Andel is a combination of my first name, Anthony, A-N, and Dooley, D-E-L, smack them together, and there you go.
Yeah, that is awesome. I mean, when I came out with my music too, I kind of, dropped the last name and just stayed with Ia. So I really dig it. I dig the one name.
Yeah,
that's me.
It's because we're cool like that. That's all.
You know what? We're so cool. We don't even need a last name.
Duh.
Yeah.
Last names are for squares. So.
And I've never met an Andel, and I'm sure you've never met an Ia.
That was the point. I was gonna say that's why we're friends, is because we're kind of sort of original, right?
Yeah. High five.
Yes.
There we go. So your song "Liar" came out this week,
yes,
and tell us a little bit about that, like the story.
Well, I kind of wrote it based off of an old mentor that I had. I was in this group when I had first moved out here. You knew me, so I didn't really know anybody, and I was kind of really confused on how to start in the entertainment world. And then through weird circumstances, I had met this guy who basically kind of took me under his wing and said that he knew a lot of these big names or whatever. So it started very gradually, but after a while I was working for him like 40 hours a week in his theater, for free, and just working my butt off to help him with productions and stuff like that, because I figured, one day hopefully the payoff would be big, because I do want a career. And so luckily I had somebody who's actually in the industry, who's been in it for 20 years. She found out that I was working so much for this guy, and she kind of went to her own contacts and basically sent me an email saying, hey, this guy's kind of a fraud and stuff like that, and he's been lying to you for over a year. And I gave him a year of my time, so it wasn't like, wow. It wasn't just something that was just like, oh, okay, I guess that's fine. It was like, it was somebody who I had gotten to trust, and so it really, I took it hard, and I called him out on it in a very roundabout way, and he basically cut me off because he didn't want me to affect the other people who were in the group. And So it was just that song was just my way of kind of saying like, no, screw you. I'm going to do what I want, and you're not going to be able to control me or tell me, you know, what I should do to make it out here. And it was just kind of, yeah, it was cool.
That's brilliant. It's great that you could turn those, horrible stories into art and, put a positive spin back on it and, create music magic.
Yeah, it was just all about, taking my power back. And, because it's really easy. You don't realize, especially out here in Los Angeles, where you give so much of your power to other people and, like, you let them have control over you. And so it was just kind of my way of, like, no, this is mine. And, like, I agree, though. It's the best type of art is taking something painful or something that really deeply affects you and then turning it into something beautiful. So
definitely.
Yeah. Not that you know anything about
no,
that.
I don't know anything about that. All my songs are so happy. Super happy. I know I just was showing you a little clip of my newest song,
which I'm super duper excited for.
I know, if only my phone would work correctly, but it doesn't. So, oh well.
The struggle's very real. It's
very real in my world right now. My phone hates me.
It's all good.
But yeah, my whole album is, a lot of bad shit that happened to me that I was able to make art. Mm-hmm. And it's great because even though you went through those all that time and all that crappiness, but your song could probably reach someone else who's also feeling that way, and they can connect to it.
Yeah,
which is great. You're inspiring people.
That's the general goal. Is like that's why I became an artist, is because I want to be able to affect people with the things that I do, be it singing, be it acting, any type of thing. I want to be able to affect people. So
yeah, that's awesome. So how do you like? We both do EDM, electropop. How do you like it?
I like it well enough. I would prefer to do something a little bit more R&B, like trappy, almost like kind of like a Tinashe type of vibe. But like I'm okay with it. It's just it's the song that we just released because it's under my producer's name as well. That was more of like him and I both working equally, and that one's like it does have my story behind it, but it's kind of a bit of both of us. Mm-hmm. Whereas the stuff that we're working on right now is a little bit more of me and a little bit more hip hop, R&B. Like it's still pop and it still has some really hard hitting beats and stuff like that with heavy EDM influences, but it's a little bit more my sort of flavor to it, I guess you could say.
That's awesome. And what's the name of your producer?
His name is Specs. He's really, really cool. Great at what he does. He's used to be like relatively well known in the Armenian world, the Armenian part of the music industry. He's been producing music since he was like 11, and he's 21 now. And he's got such a great ear for it, and it was funny because he had kind of taken a break from it for 2 years right before he met me, and just when he had decided, you know what, I want to get back into producing, I want to start doing that. It was just kind of funny how I kind of just fell into his lap through the friend of a friend, and we both took about a year to grow with each other, and we'd finally make strides here, and then we'd have to scrap it all and start all over again. And it was just like, it was about me finding my voice and him finding his sound. Mm-hmm. And Liar was the first project where it all just sort of meshed and came together, and it was is really cool.
That is awesome, and that happens, with me as well. Like sometimes you'll start on a project and then you either get sidetracked or it's not coming. You just like end up scrapping it or whatever, or you put it off for later. But that happens all the time.
Yeah, especially in the music industry.
Or working long hours. Like I recorded one of my songs in 13 hours in one day,
oh my god!
And I did it 13 hours straight.
I would cry.
No, I've gotten sick on some of my tracks too.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I was telling you, like, I am such a workaholic that
you definitely are.
There's like a monitor in the booth that I record in, and I could see the whole setup. But the little dial makes me motion sickness, so recording Dancing Alone Forever and recording another song, I ended up getting like physically sick.
Yeah, you were puking throughout the whole thing,
I was puking throughout the whole thing,
God,
yes, for hours. I didn't tell my producer, Terrell, and instead I would just be like, I gotta go to the bathroom, run to the bathroom real quick, and come back and finish recording.
I think you're crazy. I would have just been like, all right, so here's the deal, y'all. We gonna rap, because I'm gonna be spending some quality time with the toilet right now, like...
It was
tough.
hard. It was very hard, and I kept thinking I was going to puke all over the booth, but I didn't.
Ooh.
I was able to hold it in.
I was going to say, that's good.
And at the end of the day, I kind of just wanted to be horizontal, but I didn't want to tell Taro because I knew he was going to send me home, and you know when you're just like on.
Yeah.
And
so that's right. You were on your on, and
I was on my on.
You gotta keep with it.
Yes, and you just have to push through it because there's some days where I go into the booth and record, and I'm not on my on.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So I was like, I cannot waste this magic moment right now. I have to push through.
Yeah, you got to. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about because like some days I would go in to record for a song or whatever, and he'd be like, I think we should call it today. And I'd be like, no, what are you doing? And he's like, no, you're not on today. And I'm like, that's beside the point. I just want to get it done. But it's
right. But you have to be on.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, if you're giving half your heart in art, then it's not really worth much. So, yeah.
That's true. If you can't believe it, then no one else is gonna believe it either. Just a little backstory of where we're at right now. We are about to eat burgers. That's why you can hear all the cooking in the background. But I love that I have all these location interviews, which is awesome, and it smells so good in here.
Yeah. I have an awesome friend who's making us food, and she's great. Right, Chia?
Really?
Say hi. Say hi.
We're on the air.
Oh, did you say hi to your mom?
Oh yeah, do a shout out.
My mom's not gonna see it. She's overseas. She doesn't really speak.
This is global.
It's global.
Hi, Mom. I'm on the show.
There you go.
We got a shout out.
Congratulations, Chia's mom. You just got a shout out. All the way in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That is awesome. So what are some artists that inspire you?
Really one of my biggest inspirations is probably Justin Timberlake. I really like him a lot. I like his style. I like his style of writing, and it's just, when you listen to some of his songs, it's like you can't help but either, if it's a slow song like Blue Ocean Floor, you can't help but listen to it and just be captivated by it. Or if it's like a faster, like, rock your body type of song, it's like, yeah, okay, all right. Like you can't help but dance and listen to it. And also Michael Jackson as well, because who doesn't have MJ as if you're in pop? It's pretty self-explanatory that MJ would be one of your influences. Like, I always loved his music, and it's just I really try to incorporate like some of his vocal stylings and stuff like that when it gets a little bit rougher. But like Liar's not a very good example, but in some of my other stuff, it's like I definitely like Michael Jackson. The Biebs is killing it right now. So
oh my goodness, I love Justin Bieber.
As far as EDM, like I really like Justin Bieber's sound, and so that's like something similar to Liar.
Were you a fan of Bieber before his last album? Because I wasn't. But his new
kinda.
album is like amazing, and I'm just like
I really
jaw
liked.
dropped.
I really liked. I don't remember the album that he did before. I know that it was. I don't think it was Believe or whatever it was, but it was the one that he did after it, where it had like this, like it had Confident on it, which I really like, and it also had All That Matters to Me, which is, those are two like R&B, like hip hop type of vibes, and I mesh with that really well. So I really enjoyed that, but any of his earlier stuff, I was like,
baby.
I'd be like, dude,
baby.
you're like 12. You don't know what love is. You need to have a seat, all right? Like, but like his newer stuff, I really liked Purpose a lot, which is his acoustic song. And that was on his newest album.
Did you see when he performed with Skrillex and Diplo at the Grammys?
No, I think I was working then.
Oh, okay. I think I have it recorded on my TV, so if you ever come over, we gotta watch it, because I think it's my favorite performance of the whole Grammys.
Really? So did he kill it?
He killed it. He started off acoustically, and he was just like on the guitar, and then
he plays like a cajillion different instruments, right?
Who?
Justin Bieber?
He probably does. But then he he did an acoustic version, and then he went up on stage with Diplo and Skrillex, and Diplo was on the drums, and Skrillex was like rocking out on the guitar, and he was like dancing,
awesome.
and it was epic.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds awesome.
It was awesome. I want to be just like Justin Bieber.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, I guess if you cut your hair shorter on the sides, you've got the.
Oh,
you could do the blonde
people
thing.
have already compared me to Justin Bieber. They say I look like Justin Bieber, and I just laugh. No one's ever compared me to Miley Cyrus.
Oh no!
But
God
Justin
forbid.
Bieber, I get compared to all the time.
I mean, I suppose that's better than being compared to Miley Cyrus, just because, I mean, you could be like so insanely provocative that people just think you're nuts.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm more reformed like the Bieber. Oh, wait, the Biebs. The
Bieber.
Bieber
Whatever.
fever.
I'm sure he doesn't really care which. Like, yeah. But I was gonna say, like, out of the two options, Bieber's probably better.
I would probably pick Bieber.
Yeah. I mean, I would. I wouldn't.
And he dated Selena Gomez, and she's just the cutest.
She is
killing
really
it
cute.
right now, by the way.
I was gonna say, I really like her like softer voice now.
I have loved her since day one, and I'm so happy that now everyone is realizing it as much as I realized it like years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, move over, Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber. Your girl Selena's coming through.
I wouldn't mind seeing like Taylor Swift take a break for a little while. I mean, she has done some really, really great music. I have huge respect for her.
What I love about Taylor Swift is, it's not even about the music right now, but just her business aspect on things. Like,
she's brilliant.
Killing it right now. She's always has since day one. She's just been very business savvy, and I love that about her.
Yeah, her team is insanely good at what they do, because like, I agree with you. Her business sense is in like, she's on top of the world, and there's a reason for it. So it's just like, it's pretty cool.
That is, I mean, she's awesome. I actually went to one of her concerts.
Did you?
I think it was Enchanted, but I really loved it. But I was like a huge Taylor Swift fan at that moment before she got into like EDM, and I still love country Taylor.
I don't.
You don't love country Taylor?
I hate country music.
I love country music. Did you know I wanted to be a country artist?
Yes, I did
told
know
you this.
that.
I did tell you this.
And I flinched just as much then as I did now.
You're flinching so hard right now.
It's country music.
You
is
like got really uncomfortable and bright red.
I hate it so much, just because like, well, I mean, that's all that they played in our hometown, like, and it was just one of those things that
Shout out to Copperopolis, Angels Camp, Sonora, wherever you lived.
Angels Camp.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Like, but it was just like, oh gosh, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I hate country. I can mesh with everything else, but when it comes to country,
Carrie Underwood?
I have respect for her talent, and like, it's just poppy enough to where I can tolerate it, but it's not my favorite. Like,
well, I still think like when Taylor Swift was country, she still was kind of poppy. Like, her country wasn't like
well, she had the banjos and stuff like that, so it's just like, well, yeah. I mean, I guess she's always had like a sort of pops style to her, but like, I wouldn't say like, I would prefer her now, just because, like, vocally, she's gotten 1,000 times better than she ever was, and she also has a team of crack, like, way awesome producers. So, like, she's I can tolerate Taylor Swift now, whereas before, when she was just doing country, I was just like, no.
Well, yeah. Also, she's dating Calvin Harris, so maybe that's why she's moving into a more EDM kind of... I don't know if they've worked on anything.
I don't know. That's a great question to which I don't have the answer.
I don't have the answer either. But Beyonce's Lemonade album just got released. Have you heard the album?
I heard about it. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm not actually that huge of a Beyonce fan, which is weird. Because, like, I like hip-hop.
I was a
and R&B
huge
so
Destiny's
much.
Child fan. I used to pretend I was Destiny's Child.
But see, I wasn't allowed to listen to that type of music when I was a kid. So that's why I'm really late to the train.
That's okay.
Which is ironic.
My cousins wouldn't let me be Beyonce.
Oh, that's just me.
I know.
Wow.
I was like Michelle.
And there's still...
Kelly, one of them.
One of the ones who stand in the back. Oh, poor
Kelly Rowland is doing really great too. She's come out with a couple hot singles since then.
She's been doing a lot of work actually.
Mm-hmm.
But she pretty much stays in her hip hop genre. She doesn't really branch out very much, and she does a lot of features on a lot of different tracks.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, and like, you know, power to her. I'm glad to see that she's still working. The last big song she had was what? Motivation?
I think so.
Yeah.
That one. I think she had a baby, and so, you know, she's being mommy right now.
I mean, you know, if you've got the time, you might as well. Right. I was going to say, I think she can retire comfortably now by how long she's been in the music industry. So.
Oh, Beyonce too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, definitely Beyonce.
But I don't think she's retiring.
Beyonce's not done yet.
No.
Beyonce's got more.
Did you hear what happened though when she released her album?
No.
Okay, so there is like a conflict between like Jay-Z. Everyone thinks Jay-Z cheated on her with either Rita Ora and then Rachel Roy, but they got it wrong. They started commenting on Rachel Ray, the cook.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's
they got
great.
Rachel Ray and Rachel Roy confused.
I mean, how does that work? Just like I don't know. I just can't really picture Jay-Z with Rachel Ray. Like that's not the newest Hollywood power couple.
He wasn't. They got that confused. They say he's with Rachel Roy.
I know, but it's then, still like, why would you make that jump? Like it's just so completely out of left field. So
yeah, who
Human
knows?
beings, they
who
suck.
knows? They like to stir things about nothing.
Oh yeah. Like even Chia, she knows firsthand because everybody always thinks that we're dating, and we always get the weirdest people. The weirdest people come up to us in the middle of like a store. Like one time we had some guy behind us in the store with a parrot on his shoulder, and he made a comment about us or whatever like that. And then we were at the gym this one time, and this crazy lady started talking to us, and then a weight rolled off and landed on my foot.
Ooh.
And yeah, that was fun.
That does not sound fun.
It wasn't fun.
Maybe I have a different definition of fun.
I was being a hair sarcastic, just a hair.
Oh, and the burgers.
Oh, thank God.
So, real quick before I let you go, tell everyone where they can reach you at, and just give like a little brief description about your song before we put it on.
Okay. Well, you guys can find me on Instagram at officialandel, OFFICIALANDEL. And you guys can find my first original single on SoundCloud. It's under Specs Space X Space Andel, and it's called Liar. It's really difficult to like say that just because it's like I don't know why he put the X there. He should have just put N, but you know, I digress. So it's on SoundCloud, and like that's. Oh, I'm also on Snapchat under Official Andel as well, same name. So yeah.
Awesome, and thanks Chia for
giving us these awesome burgers. These look amazing.
Yes, I'm about to go ham
Like,
on these burgers.
My
though.
mouth is watering just looking at these. I should take a picture and put this in the promo.
All the bacon, though. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right?
Do the promo picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, just give a little bit description about Liar.
Okay, it's a really awesome EDM track. It's fun to dance to, fun to work out in the gym, and it's all about taking control of your own destiny.
And soon to be playing in all the clubs in LA.
I hope to God, like that'd be the coolest thing.
Putting
ever.
it out there.
Yes, put it out there.
Putting it
Share
out
it.
there.
If you share it, I'll love you forever, and like come to your house and bake cookies. Only probably not.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on to the show again. I
thank you for
appreciate
having
you
me.
having me. I appreciate you coming on. Last time when I interviewed you with Danny, I was like, when your single comes out, you have to come back on my show.
Yeah.
So everyone, we're gonna play Liar by Specs and Andel, playing now.
I see you for what you are. You can't hide it any longer. Specs. You think that you're superior to me, and you tell me you know better than me. All the roads that I should take. I'm not so easily controlled, no. And I won't just do as I'm told, no. 'Cause I know you're a liar. So much stronger than this, and I shouldn't let you hurt me like this, even though I trusted you. You said to let others in, so you could find a way under my skin. Yeah, but I know you're a liar. But I know you're a feeling no shame for what you've done, but now there's nowhere left to run. All of your lies caught up with you. Now everybody knows the truth. Yeah, we know you're a liar. Yeah, we know you're a liar. Yeah, we know you're a liar. How could you? You're lying to me. You're lying to me. Yes, I know you're a liar.
I'm sure all of you heard about the passing of Prince last Thursday, and for everyone in the music industry, this is something that has been very devastating. Prince has been such an inspiration to so many many musicians, singers, artists out there. He was a true icon and just brilliant. You know, he knew how to play all the instruments. He would stay up, you know, and not leave till everything was perfect. So if he was like doing a show, you know, he would stay up all hours of the night the day before to make sure that his show was absolutely perfect. His rehearsals were dress rehearsals. You know, he was such a perfectionist that, you know, it creates such a greatness in him. And you know, he's really inspired me to push myself further and to work harder, because I realize to get to a place that he was at, you have to constantly work and constantly better yourself and practice and make sure things are perfect before, you know, you can go home and rest or whatever. But yes, there is a certain you know, a certain criteria that you need to have to be such an icon. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I have my friend Andel, whose first song, Liar, was released earlier this week, and he's going to talk a little bit about that and his experience in the music industry. Don't forget to follow me on any and all social media outlets. You can find me at Everything Ia, and that's Everything EYA. I just want to say a special thank you to Joe Rocks for giving me this opportunity to talk to you guys every Thursday night. You can catch me here every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Good Night Hollywood. I'm your host, Ia, for all your fashion, music, and entertainment gossip on Night Talk with Joe Rocks, exclusively on Armed Radio Global, the TuneIn satellite network. From everyone here in Hollywood, good night.